Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Daisy were playing a competitive basketball game in the warm and calm night. Mario and Luigi were on one team, and Peach and Daisy were on the other. "Ha-ha! Almost game point! You suckers are gonna lose!" Daisy taunted while bouncing the basketball. Luigi rushed over to guard Daisy, but failed when he stumbled on an unseen rock, plunging to the hard ground and giving Daisy the advantage to make the final shot to win their basketball game. "Great shot, Daisy!" Peach praised, giving her applause. "Thanks, Peach." Daisy noticed that Luigi was still on the floor, uttering weak groans of pain, and grabbed his hand to lift him up and get him back on his feet. "Wow!" Luigi cried in serious pain. "Aw, what's wrong? Did Luigi break his arm when he fell to the floor?" Daisy teased.
Yes, no.
Mario approached Luigi, trying to inspect his arm, and was disappointed when he saw small scratches on his biceps.
"Come on, Luigi! It's not that bad, it's just baby scratches!"
Because of Luigi's small incident, Peach decided that they should call it a night, but Mario demanded a rematch. They decided to start a new game, but Luigi cried forged screams of pain, giving the three the final decision to end the game and go home. It looks as though Luigi didn't want to play any more basketball or lose to Daisy. Realizing Luigi's problem, Peach decided to tag along with the two plumbers to clean Luigi's wounds. Daisy had nothing else to do, so she came along as well. As they arrived at the plumber's house, Daisy leaped onto the living room couch and began playing video games, while Mario hurried Luigi upstairs into the bathroom. "Aren't you going to help, Luigi?" Peach asked as she placed her hands on her hips with a raised eyebrow.
"Psh, Luigi's being a big baby tonight, just leave him!"
Peach rolled her eyes and headed upstairs to assist Mario. "What the... Luigi, it's just a bunch of baby marks," the disappointed princess said when she finally got a good glimpse at Luigi's bicep.
"I told you!"
Mario said as he crossed his arms. Peach gave Luigi a band-aid that she found in the medicine cabinet to cover up his baby wound.
"Well, if any of you guys need me, I'll be in my room doing something,"
Mario stated, taking his leave. Luigi applied the band-aid to his bicep and gave Peach the look of satisfaction. "I see that you're fine now," Peach said, leaving the bathroom. Luigi gripped Peach's arm to prevent her from leaving, trying to get her attention.
Where are you going?"
"Nowhere," Peach softly said, looking at Luigi. However, this wasn't one of Peach's regular looks. Her face expression looked somehow different, and this made Luigi confused, but he shook the feeling and watched Peach as she exited out of the bathroom. Chapter 2. Mario was in his room, fast asleep and drooling on his comfortable pillow, until someone entered and sat in his bed, whispering his name in a soft, soothing voice. Mario fluttered his eyes, awaking from his sleep, and caught sight of Peach, glancing at him the same way she did to Luigi.
"What? Peach, what are you doing in here? Aren't you supposed to be helping Luigi?"
Mario inquired. "He's okay. All he needed was a band-aid," she replied, irritated. "Maybe Daisy's right. Luigi's being a big baby tonight." Mario softly chuckled, then Peach giggled and smiled sweetly at Mario. There was a silence for a few seconds until Peach uttered something again. "So, when you said you'll be in your room doing something, sleeping was on your mind?" Mario stared at Peach mortified.
"Well, I was trying to clean my room, but I was very tired from my game tonight, so I took a quick break and laid on my bed. Maybe I kinda dozed off since my bed is so comfy. I apologize for my lazy actions."
Peach giggled compassionately. "It's okay. Our game really was energy draining for all of us." The pink princess observed Mario's room and realized that nothing important was to be cleaned except Mario's bed. "You really should fix up your bed, Mario. It looks really bad."
"Really?"
Mario asked as he got up from his bed and noticed that his pillow and bedsheet were inappropriately placed.
"It's really not that big of a deal."
Peach began tidying up everywhere on Mario's bed, placing the pillows where they needed to be and spreading the bedsheet to envelop the whole bed. "Now it's clean," Peach said, impressed with herself, then taking her seat on the edge of the bed, gently patting it, encouraging Mario to sit next to her. "How does the bed look now?" she asked with a small smirk, gazing into Mario's eyes.
"It looks great! Thanks!"
Mario replied in admiration, then kissing Peach tenderly on the cheek, instantly making her blush a little. "Your mustache tickles," Peach giggled, returning the favor to Mario. The two gazed into each other's eyes, smiling at one another until Peach attempted to say something. "Mario?" Mario blinked twice, still gazing at Peach, wondering why she called his name.
"Yes, Peach?"
"I
Yes, tell me, what is it?"
love you. so much. Mario smirked after taking notice of what she said.
That wasn't a hard thing to say, was it?
Mario lightly touched Peach's hand and gazed genuinely into her eyes.
Well, I love you too, Peach.
Mario's words turned Peach on. She planted her rosy lips against Mario's while he was caught off guard. Noticing Peach's hasty action, his eyes widened, but slowly began to close as he shoved his tongue into her warm mouth. Peach did the same, which resulted both of them to wrestle with each other's tongues. Peach was really horny. She wanted Mario. Mario, let's do it right here, right now, she whispered into his ear, now driving Mario crazy when he heard the sentence. Peach pushed Mario onto his bed and laid herself on top of him. She began nibbling his neck, forcing him to let out a soft moan.
Ugh!
Peach blushed as she reached down and tenderly massaged Mario's package covered in his pants. I see that you're getting big down there, Mario. She smirked devilishly into her lover's eyes. Mario was becoming impatient. He began undressing Peach's sports bra and was stunned at what came into view. He caught sight of Peach's incredibly big breasts, sparely enclosed in her silky white-colored bra. Peach giggled by Mario's shocked and impressed expression. What's the matter, Mario? Are they too big? She smirked. You can touch them if you want to. Without hesitation, Mario cupped both of Peach's soft boobs and squeezed them, making her whimper a sweet moan of delight. Yes, Mario. Take my bra off. I want you to squeeze my breasts more. Mario reached behind and tried to unclasp Peach's bra, but was somehow struggling to get it open. Peach finally noticing Mario's difficulty and assisted him in his small crisis. Here, let me help. She reached behind herself and simply opened her bra, allowing it to fall on Mario's face. She smiled as she removed the open bra from Mario's face and threw it onto the floor beside the bed. Mario's eyes widened once more, gazing at Peach's D-cup-sized breasts. You like? She coyly asked, rather blushing. Mario can only nod, yes, as he reached to cup her big, nice breasts again. Peach began to moan blissfully, then Mario tightly gripped her stiff nipples, hearing her moan even more. Ugh! He then lifted her up as softly licked and suckled her heavenly nipples individually. Peach's body was on fire. She squealed a moan that was audible enough for Luigi and Daisy to hear downstairs.
What the? Daisy, did you hear that?
Luigi asked, looking around the living room trying to figure out the source of the distant sound. Hear what? Daisy asked, rapidly tapping her fingers on her game controller, still playing her video game. All I can hear is me winning this game. Luigi suddenly heard the moan and made it sound once more.
There it is again!
Ugh, first you were being a baby, now you're acting crazy? The tomboy princess asked, frustrated of Luigi's actions tonight. Luigi groaned and continued to watch Daisy play her game. Back upstairs, Peach was unbuttoning Mario's overall pants, smirking as she did. She finally pulled them down, now exposing the big bulge behind his mushroom-designed boxers. What do you want me to do next, Mario? She teasingly whispered into his ear, now massaging his package covered in his box. Mario trembled at Peach's touch to his manhood. He inhaled sharply and replied in a raspy, slightly audible voice. Take it off. Peach smirked as she did what Mario told. She was astonished when she caught sight of what Mario had beneath his undergarment. You're so big, Mario, she said in a very staggered tone. This only made Mario smirk.
Well, what are you waiting for?
He replied with a sly look on his face. Peach mischievously giggled as she licked the edges of Mario's shaft upon hearing him whimper in pleasure. Peach blushed, now engulfing his member into her balmy mouth, sucking it vigorously. The moment was strong enough for Mario as he raised his pelvis and clutched the back of Peach's head while she picks up the pace in her sensual action.
Peach, I can't hold it anymore!
Peach's eyes widened, quickly noticing Mario outcome and let go of his manhood and covered its base. Mario was puzzled, wondering why Peach would attempt such a stunt like that.
Peach, why did...
She gently placed a finger to his lips, stopping him from continuing his sentence. Shh. No more words tonight. Let our actions do all the thinking. Those adorable words made Mario explode inside. Peach's voice sounded very sexy. Blushing constantly, she manually undressed her sports shorts and her sexy white panties, dropping them to the floor. Mario was speechless as she noticed how splendid Peach's womanhood looked. A smirk dropped upon her face as she adjusted herself above his hips. Her lower hips were just mere inches above the shaft. Mario couldn't take any more of her playful schemes. He gripped her waist and dropped her to finally unite his manhood with hers. Peach whimpered a quick gasp as she could feel Mario deep inside her. She physically moved herself in rhythm, driving upwards and downwards on Mario's rigid shaft. Mario could feel Peach's tight flower grasp around his member while he stared at her big breasts, flopping in the same pace she was going. Peach knew that Mario desperately wanted to get a hold of them, so she guided both of his hands at each breast. Peach increased the speed of her pace, both her and Mario sweating from ecstasy and ready to reach a desired orgasm.
Oh, Peach, I'm about to... Yes, Mario, release it inside me!
They both finally reached their peak as they climaxed and collapsed onto each other, exhausted and drained.
Peach?
Mario whispered softly, beaming into her eyes. Yes, she replied, panting faintly.
You're good!
Mario smirked as he tightly gripped Peach's soft ass. She gasped at his touch while blushing and began to fall beside Mario. I love you, Mario, Peach uttered in a somewhat drowsy voice. Mario tried to reply back to Peach, but he was a bit late when he saw her fall into an unexpected sleep. A smile appeared on his face and gave Peach the delicate kiss on her cheek. He was a bit tired, but he wanted to get a quick glass of water, so he headed downstairs to do so. Chapter 3. Downstairs, Luigi and Daisy were busy playing their somewhat addictive video game that Luigi was surprisingly winning, annoying Daisy.
Haha, I'm kicking your ass in this game, Daisy. I thought I suck at video games because I'm always losing to Mario,
Luigi said, rapidly tapping his fingers on his game controller. Daisy realizing that she was losing, so she had to think fast or it's game over for her, and she hates losing. Ow! She shrieked, releasing her game controller to let it fall in her lap, and holding her left thumb finger, covering it entirely so Luigi can't see. Noticing Daisy's unexpected action, Luigi drew his attention toward her.
What happened, Daisy?
The green-capped plumber asked, a bit worried. I think I broke my thumb from pressing the buttons too fast, she replied while rubbing her not really broken finger.
You did? Let me see,
Luigi said, trying to catch a quick peek. As Luigi leaned over to inspect Daisy's hand, she used the other hand and roughly grasped Luigi's crotch. His eyes flew open from Daisy's clutch as he held his pants as he fell from the couch, crying for dear mercy. Daisy continued the game and finally won. Wahoo! Yeah, I won! Daisy cheered to herself as she slammed the game controller to the floor, and still hearing faint cries from Luigi.
You cheated,
Luigi muttered, still holding himself, trying to ease his agonizing pain. Oh, Luigi, you always fall for my tricks and schemes, Daisy laughed. When will you learn? Luigi got up and sat back on the couch, uttering small groans as he did so. Mario arrived in the living room, entering into the kitchen and opening the fridge, only to be spotted by Daisy. Oh, hey Mario, what you doing? Daisy asked, noticing him pouring water into a glass cup.
Getting something to drink! I'm tired!
He replied, how drinking his fresh cold water and closing the fridge door. He heard Luigi's small cries of serious pain and ended his drinking.
What the hell's wrong with Luigi?
He asked, approaching in front of the couch, seeing Luigi still holding himself.
Daisy.
Luigi tried to answer Mario's question, but stopped as his pain was in control. Mario only grinned and shook his head.
I guess I'll leave you two alone for the rest of the night. I'm going to bed.
Before Mario took his leave, Daisy noticed something, or someone, missing. Wait a minute, where's Peach? Mario's grin changed to a slight smirk as he paused to answer Daisy's question.
She got tired, so she decided to spend the night here.
Oh, really? Daisy uttered slyly, smirking as well. Well, then good night to both of you. Mario nodded as he headed upstairs, disappearing in Daisy and Luigi's sight. Daisy smiled as Luigi noticing that now one hand is being used to hold himself. Oh, Luigi, I didn't grab you that hard, Daisy giggled.
Daisy, why?
Luigi muttered, now staring deep into her pretty blue eyes. She smiled and blushed a little. You know you liked it, she said softly, her tone slightly changing.
No, I didn't. It felt like a chain chomp sinking its teeth into my nuts,
Luigi cried. Daisy, still smiling, gets closer to Luigi as he somewhat felt a little bit uncomfortable. You want something to drink? She asked lightly. Luigi did notice that he needed something to quench his thirst from the basketball game earlier tonight, so he nodded to Daisy's question, as another smile dropped on her cute face. Daisy hopped off the couch, unaware that Luigi was gazing at her round backside as she entered the kitchen. Luigi, quite excited, decides to watch some television upon hearing Daisy ask him a question. Luigi, you want some juice or just water? She asked, her voice being heard from the kitchen.
Orange juice, please.
Daisy was having some trouble as she couldn't find the orange juice that she was looking for. Luigi, where's the juice? Luigi looked into the kitchen and froze as he saw Daisy in an unanticipated bent-over position, her glamorous ass perfectly in Luigi's view. He quickly fell into a trance, with his jaw slightly open, forgetting all about Daisy's question. Daisy called his name twice, wondering why she hasn't why she hasn't received her answer, and got up from her bent position and turned to Luigi. She noticed Luigi was still frozen, and snapped at him, causing him to regain consciousness. She smiled as she did this on purpose, and to spot Luigi in that previous state made her blush even more. "Aren't you going to tell me where the juice is?" she asked, smirking.
It's right next to the ham,"
he stammered. As he turned back to face the TV, he suddenly noticed a very noticeable projection poking out from his overall pants, and swiftly closed both his legs together, trying his very best not to make Daisy get his attention when she arrives. As Daisy opened the fridge, she was relieved when she finally found the missing orange juice. She entered the living room with 2 glasses of orange juice in her hand, seeing that Luigi is in a very awkward position in the couch. "What's wrong, Luigi? Gotta go pee?" Luigi just nodded no before taking his cup from Daisy, and they began their drinking. Luigi was somehow sweating as he was gazing at Daisy's breasts, wondering what could be under there.
I bet she's a size D,
he thought to himself. Suddenly, Daisy stopped her drinking and gently removed her crown, rubbing her head in soft pain. "Man, this thing's heavy," she said, as she saw a small table beside Luigi, a good place to rest the crown. She leaned over Luigi, her breast completely in Luigi's full sight. As she tried resting her crown on the conveniently located table, Luigi was absolutely stunned. He gulped as his mind was spiraling, thinking what will happen next. The trembling plumber tried to grab the TV remote, but accidentally bumped his hand on Luigi's chest, forcing her to drop her orange juice, surprising on his crotch. "Oh no, Luigi, look what I did. I'm so sorry." Daisy apologized, but was actually Luigi's own fault. She entered the kitchen and grabbed a hand cloth and headed back into the living room to clean the damage she did to Luigi's pants. "Here, let me clean this up," she said, reaching down. As she began, she tried her best to dry up whatever spilled orange juice was left on his pants, but Luigi noticed that she was doing this in a gentle, massaging kind of way. He was confused and fairly turned on all at once. He closed his eyes at the caressing that Daisy was giving him. He wanted her to go faster. Luigi heard a gasp uttered from Daisy as he opened his eyes and realizing that she was staring at the big bulge in his pants that he carelessly forgot about. "Wow, Luigi," Daisy said, blushing in a very odd tone. "Did I startle you?" Luigi's face flushed, thinking of all the words what to and what not to say.
Well.
He hesitated, trying to turn his face from Daisy, now that he's exposed to her view. She giggled as she enjoyed Luigi and the stammers he made. "It's okay, Luigi. I knew it all along that you got happy because of my actions tonight," she said haughtily as she got closer to him. "I was doing them on purpose." Luigi was annoyed as he fell for Daisy's tricks yet again. Daisy smiled and kissed Luigi gently on his cheek upon hearing a quick gasp from him, as it became unexpected for him. He now knew where this was really heading. Daisy realized that Luigi wasn't making any moves, so she stopped to look at him. "What's wrong, Luigi?" she asked in a very lustful tone. Luigi stared deeply into Daisy's eyes.
I love you, Daisy,"
he replied. Those words fired up Daisy until she couldn't wait any longer. "Oh God, I love you too, Luigi! Kiss me now!" she cried as they both planted their lips together, both of them kissing passionately and lovingly. As they continued in their passionate lip lock, Luigi began gently massaging Daisy's soft ass. She was oddly surprised as she felt Luigi's hands tenderly stroking her backside and giving it a tight squeeze. She gasped blissfully at the grip and now realized that Luigi was trying to remove her short sports pants. Luigi felt Daisy's hand press on his chest as she ended their kissing and backed away from him. Luigi felt a bit mortified. He thought that he was rushing things or something, but the thought melted away when he heard Daisy calmly whisper something in his ear. "No, Luigi, not here. Let's do it upstairs." Luigi's heart sank after hearing what Daisy said to him. He could feel his hard member below twitching with excitement and need. He said nothing as he immediately lifted Daisy up over his shoulder. The horny princess giggled as she was getting ready for what was about to happen in Luigi's room. As they both headed upstairs past Mario's room and to the door for Luigi's room, Daisy climbed off of Luigi's shoulder and passionately kissed him again before massaging his manhood in the dark blue overall pants. "Ooh, Luigi, you're hard as a rock," the tomboy princess uttered with a devilish smirk on her sexy face. Do you want your princess to take care of it so you can feel all better?" Luigi nodded, hearing Daisy giggle again as she entered Luigi's room. Luigi entered a few seconds later and quickly sat in his bed, noticing that Daisy closed the door and locking it behind her, still smirking and licking her hot lips. Now, where were we? Luigi gulped as Daisy approached him and massaged his pulsing package once more. She kissed Luigi's lips and started her way on buttoning the straps on his overall pants slowly until it completely fell to the ground, now exposing Luigi's Koopa Shell designed boxers, as well as a throbbing member behind the undergarment, wanting to break free of its imprisonment. "Don't worry, Luigi. I'm gonna make you feel all better," Daisy whispered as she slowly removed Luigi's boxers, finally get to see his rigid member appear into place. Wow, Luigi, I didn't know you were this big, Daisy said with amazement and extremely turned on. Luigi blushed and felt Daisy holding his manhood and stroking it soothingly. Is that what my Luigi wants, huh? Daisy asked, looking at him, picking up the pace in her heavenly stoking. Luigi couldn't think straight, as one response came from his mouth.
Suck it.
Ooh, you're a naughty boy, Daisy responded while rubbing the tip of Luigi's manhood with a thumb finger. She gasped as she felt a slippery liquid from his head and giggled in response. Looks like you're getting pretty excited very fast, she said, licking her thumb finger clean. Daisy positioned herself a bit lower and licked the tip of Luigi's stiff member, and twirling her tongue until she finally engulfed him into her warm, hot mouth. Luigi bent his head back and closed his eyes as he felt Daisy sucking him deeply. Luigi didn't know how much more of this he could take. It felt like he was in heaven. He could hear Daisy utter small moans as she continued her actions. Going a little faster and keeping a rhythm, Luigi's eyes closed tighter as he couldn't hold it anymore and ready to release.
Oh, Daisy, I'm gonna...
Daisy noticed Luigi's result and released her mouth from him, letting him explode his juices all over her sweet face.
Oh no, I'm so sorry, Daisy.
The guilty plumber apologized. Daisy giggled as she began wiping her face and licking her hands clean. You taste yummy, she said in a way that gave Luigi the thought that she enjoyed it. She looked down at Luigi's manhood and was a bit shocked at what came into view. Luigi, I see that you're still up, she said before she leaned over to his ear and whispered something. You want more? She breathed deeply into his ear, waiting for his answer. That question made his member throb a little as she nodded in response, hearing another sensual giggle from Daisy. Want to help me undress? Daisy asked seductively and winking at Luigi. It was his time. He was going to finally see Daisy butt naked and ready to give her full body to him. Let's just hope that he won't try anything to screw it up this night. They both got up from the bed and Luigi slowly removed Daisy's sports shirt while she undressed her sports pants. Stepping out of her discarded clothes, there Daisy stood in nothing but wearing a black bra, leaving most of her cleavage in frilly black pants. Luigi just stood speechless, gazing at Daisy's angelic body. She blushed, noticing Luigi's reaction. You want this body? She responded in a somewhat shy tone. Luigi nodded and saw Daisy falling onto his bed, waiting for him. Luigi took the hint, approaching her and laying over her up and kissing her neck passionately. Daisy whimpered as she felt Luigi's kisses going lower on her body. Luigi stopped at her stomach, tracing circles around her belly button and going back up to her neck. Daisy wanted more. She reached behind, trying to unclasp her bra. Luigi stopped, realizing what Daisy is doing. If her breasts are already sexy now, just imagine how better her body would look with her bare breasts in complete view. Daisy finally got her bra open, throwing it to the floor beside the bed, and caught sight of Luigi staring at her exposed C-cup-sized breasts. Daisy blushed as she kept looking at the odd expression on Luigi's face. I know you want to touch them, Luigi. Go ahead. Touch him if you want, she purred. Luigi's hands were shaking. He couldn't believe how beautiful Daisy's breasts were. He slowly cupped her left breast and began massaging it. Hearing Daisy let out a sweet whimper in pleasure. He knew Daisy liked it, so he continued. Now using his thumb finger to caress Daisy's perked nipple, Luigi noticed that Daisy's moans were increasing in volume, so he tried something to really get her going. He reached down and began licking and nibbling the stiff nipple. Daisy bit her lip as she moaned even more, resting a hand on Luigi's head. Oh, Luigi, do that again, she begged. Luigi answered the request as he continued nibbling her nipple until he gave it a little but not too hard bite. Hearing Daisy squeal a loud moan, Luigi stopped, thinking that maybe he went too far, and looked at Daisy.
Are you okay?
Luigi looked back at him and smirked. I'm fine, Luigi, she replied. Luigi was relieved as he continued now licking and sucking both of her nipples. Daisy couldn't believe how good Luigi's tongues felt against her nice breasts, feeling chills move around her as she made slight shudders of pleasure, biting her lip and closing her eyes.
Daisy, I want to see more of you.
Luigi whispered as he stopped and stared at Daisy, now holding the elastics of her panties. Her eyes flew open, surprised at Luigi's request, but smiled sweetly at him, licking her lips. Go ahead, you naughty boy. No one's stopping you. Hearing Daisy's reply, he gently removed the surprisingly damp underwear from off her sexy legs. There it was, Daisy's bright flower in complete view, giving Luigi the thought that Daisy is a shaver. The horny princess just stayed there, nibbling her index finger and blushing at another odd expression on Luigi's pale face. Luigi was lost for words as he tried gathering them up.
You're so beautiful, Daisy,
he said, gazing deep into his lover's eyes as she did the same to him, waiting for his next move. Luigi began rubbing Daisy's clit with his index and middle finger gently, hearing a sweet moan from Daisy as she quickly skirmed Luigi's touch. He then slowly inserted his middle inside her precious flower, rubbing around her walls. Daisy squealed, fidgeting around with her eyes closed shut. Luigi could feel her womanhood becoming wetter as he continued. He began pushing his finger in and out of her, feeling her insides filling up with his finger with more juices. "Oh yes, Luigi, right there," Daisy purred in complete bliss. Luigi then added his index finger to go along with his rhythm. Realizing that now Daisy is pinching her erect nipples to give herself more pleasure, Daisy was losing control. She couldn't believe Luigi's impressive performance tonight. Suddenly, she opened her eyes, disappointed that Luigi had stopped giving him a hungry stare. "What's wrong, Luigi?" she asked, beaming up at him.
Nothing's wrong, my princess,
Luigi said, giving Daisy a sly smirk. He lifted both of Daisy's legs over his shoulder as he held his member only inches away from Daisy's dripping wet flower, chuckling deviously.
You're going to pay for torturing me early tonight,
he said as he rammed his rigid member deep into Daisy. She was caught off guard by Luigi's quick action as a big jolt of pleasure erupted her body. She realized that Luigi wasn't going gentle with her tonight.
This is for grabbing me in the nuts,
he started his rhythm, thrusting roughly in and out of Daisy. What Luigi didn't know was that Daisy is the type who loves it rough and wild. She just couldn't believe the hard pounds that she was receiving from Luigi. He had so much energy. Luigi, please be gentle with me, Daisy pleaded, faking her tone in her voice. Hearing Daisy's sentence made Luigi chuckle in victory. He thought that maybe now he finally empowered her. But he was just giving the princess what she wanted, hearing several moans from her.
Tell me, how does it feel, Daisy?
Luigi. Daisy tried to finish her sentence as she could feel a tightness in her body ready to Luigi. Luigi, I'm coming!
Me too, Daisy.
The two lovers finally climaxed as Luigi, now drained but not fully tired, collapses right beside Daisy. They both stayed there for several moments, both their chests rising and falling, trying to catch some air.
Daisy?
Luigi staring into the ceiling. Yeah, she said.
Was I good?
Daisy giggled at Luigi's question. Luigi, you were more than good. You were an animal. Luigi blushed from hearing Daisy's last comment. He felt victorious and confident, thinking that now he's in charge tonight. But the feeling washed away as Daisy edged up closer to him and whispered something in his ear, scaring him a bit. Now it's my turn. Luigi's heart sank as Daisy's sentence. He thought that Daisy was out for the night with all the strength he gave into her, although Daisy's soft voice did cause Luigi to rise a little. Without hesitation, she got up and positioned herself above Luigi with her lowered lips touching the tip of Luigi's manhood. You ready? She asked, seeing a frightened face appear from Luigi as he made a silent gulp. Daisy giggled as she finally lowered herself, united her wet flower with Luigi's hard member. He could feel her walls tightly gripping his manhood as she began riding him in her cowgirl position. The moans that Daisy whimpered sounded very sexy to Luigi as he held onto Daisy's hips while she keeps her rhythm. She ended up going in a slow pace, rocking back and forth and leaning back, resting her hands on his shins and resuming her old place.
Luigi, Daisy, I can't hold it anymore,
Luigi cried, squeezing her hips. It's okay, Luigi, go ahead. Release your hot juice inside of me. At both their last sentences, Luigi and Daisy climaxed together as Daisy fell into Luigi's chest, panting rapidly along with Luigi. They held each other in the complete silence until Daisy finally said something. I love you, Luigi, so much, Daisy whispered, snuggling onto her green lover.
I love you too, my beautiful princess,
he replied, stroking her messy hair. Let's have more sleepovers like this one on other nights, please.
Sure.
The princess softly giggled as she fell beside Luigi, giving him a light kiss on his cheek before drifting off to dreamland. A smile appeared on Luigi's face as he pulled up the covers over both of them, and following Daisy into Sleepville. As what now finally came quiet as Mario's house, it looks as though someone was there unnoticed, peeping through Luigi's window upstairs on the ladder.
Damn! Luigi is one lucky bastard,
the stranger said to himself, looking at the sleeping lovers.
Well, I'm out of here!
As the stranger was about to leave climbing off the ladder, he happened to notice a sound growling nearby. He turned to sound and froze as he saw a loose chain chomp growling and barking at him ferociously.
Nice, doggy!
The tall stranger ran as his purple cap fell off, being chased by the chain chomp into a very far location. The end.